that data. Um, Frederick, where are you from?
From Nigeria.
Terrific. What part?
Yeah, from Nigeria.
What part of Nigeria? What city?
Masaba.
What's the big city it's close to? You have to be gentle with me because I only know the big cities in Nigeria and I barely know those. So, are you near Lagos? Are you near
The big place in Abuja.
Abuja? Okay, very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and get this kicked off. And then, as you have questions during the presentation, if you can type them in chat, that would be great, especially if we can keep on the topic that I'm on. That way it won't. And then at the end,
Oh, but I have no question. Just go on. I've attended the live stream before.
oh, good.
I've
Okay.
been attended. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Just go on.
Terrific. Okay. Off we go. So, um, one of the things in the marketplace that's important to consider is where we're at in the market. And as we speak, let's see what the market is up to. Yeah, lots of red. I had a feeling that's what we were going to see. BNB is 324. Bitcoin has dropped $707 to 29,416. Ethereum at 1966. Litecoin at 6970. Stocks are not they're not escaping unscathed either. A realty company I invest in has taken a bit of a haircut today, not a huge one. But in general, it looks like the market is down 95, 91 points on the Dow. Dow futures are down. S&P 500 is down 48. So it's generally kind of a red day. And one of the things, a couple of tools that are useful, and I want to show you these really quick. One of which is a tool called, let me get it here. I'll send some things out via chat right now for everybody's benefit. The first thing I've just sent out is our groups on Facebook and a group on Telegram. The Telegram group, by the way, for those of you in Nigeria, has a Nigerian subgroup in it, which is very useful to Nigerians. If you go to the pin message on the group I just sent out there, go to where the pin is, and you put in, you click on the pin message. What it will do then is it will take you to, there's actually like 8 pin messages, but one of them is a group for Nigerians. One of them is, it's a subgroup where, how do I convert my Naira into BNB? How do I, what's the dollar equivalent to Naira right this minute? And there's a bunch of Nigerians in there that are very competent at that process. If you happen to be from India, we have an Indian group. If you happen to be Spanish speaking, we have a Spanish speaking group. Now, the second thing that I just sent out, information tools, that's the one I'm going to go over. And let me send the third one just that way I won't forget. These are different tools, but that second set of tools where you see crypto bubbles, fear and greed index, coin market cap, and CoinGecko, those are tools for your toolbox, as well, really all of these are, but those in particular are tools for your toolbox. And that they're things that give you the ability to look at the market quickly. And the one I want to show you right now is crypto bubbles, the one under part 2 of 3. What is crypto bubbles? Crypto bubbles is a look at the market. It gives you a visual of how the market is doing at any given point in time. And as you can see here, crypto is matching this week what we're seeing on the Dow today. If we look on the stock market, if we look at the daily, it matches it even more closely, doesn't it? Very little green, mostly red. So the market's off. Instantly, you can tell that. Instantly, you can tell who are the biggest losers today. If it's a good day, if it's a green day, you can tell who the big winners are that day quickly. That's the central point here. In other words, you have the opportunity to get a glance of the market and get a very quick idea of exactly how it's doing. So crypto bubbles is a really powerful tool. The other one that is a really powerful tool is the fear and greed index. What's the fear and greed index all about? Well, in any market, the thing that controls the market is emotion. In other words, if you look at Warren Buffett as an example, he's a guy, if you're not familiar with him, this is the 5th richest guy in the world. And he got there by investing. He's been brilliant at it. By most people's estimation, the best investor ever to live, certainly on a short list. If he's not the top guy, he's one of them. He's number 5 wealthiest person in the world. His words: be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. Truer words have never been said about anything investment related. And what's so powerful with this is you have a scenario where, give me just a second here. Got to get to a specific spot. Here we are. Okay, now we'll keep the audio disruption down. Okay. So how do you determine when the market is greedy or the market is fearful, right? If you agree with this, in other words, like in the real estate market here where I am in Seattle, because all markets behave pretty much the same. They just take shorter or longer depending on the type of asset it is. In the real estate market right now in Seattle area, it's insane. It's a really good time to be a seller. In other words, the market is greedy. It's not a good time to be a buyer for the same reason. Being a buyer right now is just really tough because it's very high. So the same thing plays in any market, including crypto, including Forex, including stocks. They're all the same. And when you look at this this index, what this index does is it gives you a rating. Right now, it's very fearful. Well, look at what it says down here. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a buying opportunity. That doesn't mean put all of your eggs in the basket right now. Could it go down further? It could. May it drop further? It may. Anybody that tells you they know exactly where it's going to go, run fast the other direction, because you're hearing from somebody that may think they have a crystal ball. They don't. The markets are unpredictable. But there are some things that you can, is it probably a good time to buy now? Yes. Could it go down further and then you buy even more? Yes. This all assumes that you believe in crypto and you believe in the future of crypto. Okay. If you do, buying when it's low is, simple idea. Buy when it's low, sell when it's high. Well, if you're buying right now, you're buying when it's on sale. And that's when you make the profit. You realize the profit then down the way when you sell it. In other words, you actually, when you buy something right, you have made the money. You realize it when you sell it. So these are tools that will help you be able to evaluate the market perhaps a bit more effectively. And they're things that are helpful. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert Burns. I'm here in the Seattle area. I'm 64 years old, married to a lovely woman named Anna. She and her daughter Alexandra hail from Romania originally. My son and I were here, and our kids are adults off on their own now. And actually, Alex is back from Romania visiting us. She's living over in Romania now. My son is in Montana. And I'm into fly fishing, speaking of Montana. Fly fishing and playing the bass guitar. That's what I love doing for fun, as well as spending time with my wife. Investing in real estate and brokering real estate, commercial investment real estate is what I did primarily since 1986. I've been involved in that. Forex trading I got into in 2004, both, at that point it was manual trading, but also automated trading. I still do that to this day. Very little manual trading, but mainly automated trading. And then crypto. I got in crypto in 2017, and this is my favorite asset class by far, because there's so many implications to crypto that go beyond the, yes, you can make good money, but there's other implications to crypto that are really significant, which is this idea of freedom. And the thing with crypto, I really think, I submit that crypto will do to banks what Uber did to taxi and what Airbnb did to hotels. The difference is that banking inherently has a lot of government interaction. So it's going to take that longer to take place. It's not a private industry like taxi or like hotels. It has much more government involvement. But The writing is on the wall. It's coming. And that means, if you're in Nigeria or you're in Cameroon or you're in Romania, wherever you are in the world, or you're on the other side of the USA, whatever it may be, if you and I decide we want to do business together, we don't have to ask a bank in crypto. We can just do business. I really like that. And I suspect you do too. In other words, the freedom of choice that provides. The last thing on the list here is internet marketing and team building. This is something that I have done a lot of. If you are here from one of the countries I just mentioned, other than the USA, chances are good you came through our internet marketing, or somebody like Alex Igabor came through the internet marketing, and now he's duplicating his team and growing his team with contacts that he knows. But the origin took place from internet marketing. Now it's organically growing on its own. Moses and Adolfo and others. Boom. That's exactly, we have a beachhead that's turning into a platoon, that's going to turn into a regiment, that's going to turn into a battalion, that's going to turn into a division, that's going to turn into an army, that's going to turn into a corps, to use the military metaphor. It will grow organically like a weed, and you can make a huge amount of money if you participate in that. Here's what we're going to go over. I'll show you how this education is curated. What does that mean, curated? That means it is tailored to help you earn passive income from multiple sources. In other words, getting right to the point of the benefit that most people want is, how do I take my money and make more money with it? How do I have my money sweating harder than I am and not have to have all this esoteric education, but education that's aimed at that target? And that means that it's convenient. It's something where if you're busy, you can plug in and have this help you achieve the goal that most people want to achieve, assuming that's your goal of earning passive income. And if you a lot of people have money, they don't have time. In other words, they've got money here and they don't have time. So they want their money to make more money, and they want it, to earn money. Then you've got the other side of the equation. You've got the guy or gal who has time but doesn't have a lot of money. They don't have the money to make passive income with. They want to earn it. We can show you how you can do that as with the affiliate aspect of what we do. If you don't have the capital to invest, you can earn it. And that's something that's a very powerful part of this program. So what I'm going to do now is shift gears and talk about crypto and where crypto, what has happened in the last 4 years, 5 years. So here's Warren Buffett again. You can tell I like this guy, even though I disagree with him sometimes. He, in 2018, these were his words in 2018, Bitcoin, it's worthless. It's rat poison squared, delusion. Okay. And this is a sharp guy. Here's what he said this year, 2022, 4 years later. Not what he said, it's what he did. His actions speak louder than his words. Mr. Buffett placed $1 billion in a Brazilian bank that primarily focuses on crypto. Isn't that interesting? In other words, in a 4-year period, he changed his tune. Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan Chase, definitely one of the biggest banks in America, one of the biggest in the world. Stay away from Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin anymore. Why? Because JP Morgan and all their subsidiaries took Bitcoin on. How about sporting events? If you are in a country where soccer is king, and that's most of the countries other than, the US and Canada, where we have the pointed football like this one here. But here's the thing. All major sports are having crypto show up. If it's soccer, if it's American football, if it's Formula One racing, crypto is showing up. On the Super Bowl, which is clearly one of the big ones, as an American, this is one that is a favorite of ours. It's the big sporting event annually. It's one of the biggest in the world. Here's what happened. So they're spending money. Here's FTX with Larry David, a popular guy on TV, spending, get this, $7 million for 30-second spot. You want a full minute? That's $14 million bucks, okay, on TV. Coinbase, they had their advertisement running. They had a little barcode, and they said, here's a barcode. If you don't have an account, we'll give you 15 bucks. You can open an account on us, and we'll put 15 bucks in there. It was so popular, it crashed their server. Here is Matt Damon for Crypto.com. So we've got FTX, Coinbase, Crypto.com represented, and there were a couple more. Why is this significant? Why is Crypto.com, listen to this one. Listen to this. They spent $700 million to get their name on this stadium. Not own the stadium, not buy the real estate, just simply to get their branding on there. Why are they doing this? Why are they spending $7 million bucks for a 30-second spot? Same thing if you see Formula One. I'm sure it's the same thing if you go to a soccer stadium. You're seeing this in every major sporting event all over the world. Who plays at the Crypto.com arena? Well, the LA Clippers. It's in Los Angeles area. LA Clippers, LA Lakers. Boxing is there. Here's one of the stars that plays for the Lakers. This may be a familiar face. That's LeBron James. By the way, LeBron James and his son are spokesmen for Crypto.com. So they're actually pitching Crypto.com on some of these commercials. Here is the arena with their branding on the outside of it. Again, $700 million to get that done, if you can imagine that. It's an amazing thing. Now, here's some other clues. Here's Meta. Facebook changing their name to Meta, okay, for Metaverse, a crypto-related technology. Here is El Salvador making Bitcoin legal tender in El Salvador. Honduras is right behind it, and it looks like several other countries are going to do the same thing. How about Elon Musk accepting crypto as payment for Tesla? And many other companies doing the same thing. Guys, these are all clues. What you're seeing is crypto going mainstream right before our eyes. And it has upturns and it has downturns. Right now we're in a downturn. But those of us that have been around for several years, you realize this is just standard fare with crypto. It happens. You know, if you talk to the guys that have been involved a while, a common theme that you'll hear from them right now is, woohoo, buying opportunity right now because it's on sale. Now, if you're new and you're used to a market that's more stable, it doesn't have the volatility, it can scare you. It will. I mean, when it starts to drop a lot, you go, uh-oh, what's happening, you know? But when it does, remember, over the long term, it's always turned around and gone up the other direction and then roared back to a new all-time high. Buy now, maybe buy even more when it's a bit lower than this. If it does go lower, over time, you'll make a lot of money. You make money when you buy it. You realize that money when you turn around and sell it. Now, how do you get the information to be proficient at crypto? Where do you go to get this kind of information? Well, you know, this is kind of a fun slide. TV, university, rich friends, YouTube. Probably of the four here, YouTube would be the one that most people use. But how do you figure out which information on YouTube is the good information and which is the bad? Because there's the good, the bad, and the ugly on YouTube, is there not? I mean, quality control is, anybody can post anything on YouTube. So who do you listen to? How do you sort out who is legit? What are the topics that we cover with this education? This is a short list. But there are many more. But DeFi, yield farming, staking, meme coins, NFTs, crypto lending, crypto and Forex trading automation, liquidity mining, and a lot more. This is just the short list. The list is longer. But these are things that people really want to know and really want to learn. Who provides the education? Who delivers the goods? This is our lead educator. His name is Wayne Marcel. He goes by the moniker Blockchain Wayne. Blockchain Wayne is famous for his event called the Miami Crypto Experience. Happens 3 times a year, and over 5,000 people in attendance from all over the world each time he has one of these events. And it's growing in popularity because the quality of the information is exceptional. It's really good. Wayne's talent, his main talent, is taking the complex and making it simple and easy for people to get their brain around. He's very good at that. In addition to having the Miami Crypto Experience, he's also an author of a book called From No Crypto to Know Crypto. He also has a podcast of the same name. So this is a guy that really is skilled at being an educator, being a teacher, and helping people understand and distill from the complex down to anybody can take the basic and make it complex. That's not hard to do. It just confuses people. Take the complex and make it easy and simple for them to get their brain around. That's mastery. That's a good teacher. The other people that work with him, his colleagues, because it's not just Wayne, it's his colleagues, Chelsea, Wes, Sherlock, and Elmer. These are people that are very good at the same idea of taking concepts and making it easy for people to assimilate, easy for people to embrace. Now, here are the courses. The courses come in 4 phases, and there's 3 packages per phase. The first one is the basic education. Phase 2 is intermediate. Phase 3 is advanced. Phase 4 is professional level education. How is this delivered? It's delivered via something called a smart contract. What's a smart contract? and I looked this up because I didn't have this slide, and I wanted to get kind of a definition thing going so people can get their brain around this idea. Smart contracts are simply programs stored on a blockchain that run when predetermined conditions are met. They typically are used to automate the execution of an agreement so that all the participants can be immediately certain of the outcome without any intermediaries' involvement or time loss. A fancy way of saying they just work, and it's a robot, it's a machine, and anything it's programmed to do, it just executes just like that whenever it happens. So a customer comes in and buys a package in our system. There are 12 of the packages, 12 communities. They buy a particular package. They get the product. That's part of the smart contract. They get access to the website. The person that enrolled them and the people above them get compensated based on where they are in the compensation plan. That's also part of the smart contract. More on that later, but there are a lot of companies out there that use smart contract. You may have responded to an advertisement where I'm targeting people that are interested in building business in smart contract because this for them will be very close to what they're used to. And smart contract companies, in most cases, the ones previously didn't have, if they had a product, it was kind of so-so, not a great product, or in some cases they had no product. But here's the wild part, guys. In some cases with no product, they put millions of customers in their system because it was a terrific way to make money. Now, what if you coupled a great product, really good education delivery? The education delivery is via written and video, and then if depending on the number of packages you buy, if you buy phase one, which is $200, you're able to participate in the live education as well to get any remaining questions you have answered. Now, what if you took a product that was high quality and you coupled it with a smart contract that today is the hot one, which is the BNB coin on the Binance Smart Chain? What if you had that? And we do. So that's what makes this very exciting. We have 12 packages. Each of these, the first three, as I mentioned, is phase one. This is the basic education. This is $200 and change. You need about $225 to purchase it because there's a one-time fee for the smart contract for all of the packages. And then as you buy packages, additional packages, there's fuel from that point on. You can start with as little as $30, by the way. Okay, but if you want access to the live, you need to have the three packages. You need to have $200 worth of packages. The next ones are $200, $300, and $400, so $900 additional here for the intermediate series. The next ones are $700, $1,000, and $1,200. This is the advanced. And then the next ones are $1,500, $2,000, and $2,500 for the professional level. All in, $10,000. I went all in. A year ago, next month, in June, I heard about this in June of 21. A good friend of mine, one of the co-founders, Tuan Nguyen, mentioned this idea and went through kind of the roadmap of what this was going to turn into. And I was excited about it. I really was, because I knew him and I knew his background. Do I expect somebody that doesn't know me or doesn't know him to plop down $10,000? No. But somebody can test the water for $200. I mean, shoot, in a lot of places, that's a meal, these days. I mean, with the inflation being what it is. So this is a good value for $200. Somebody can test the water and see if they like, the delivery and like what we're up to. Even with $30, you can find out a lot, okay? And you can also build a business if you're strapped for money. But these slides go into the detail of this. This is getting started, taking action, and intermediate topics by the third module, which is all part of phase one. They're getting into non-fungible tokens, intro to play-to-earn gaming, how to research projects, blockchain consensus methods, its importance, token types, utility, income possibilities, and crypto staking, mining, and launchpads. By the time you're getting into the intermediate series, now all of a sudden you're getting into things about mindset, software management strategies, DeFi deep dive, really getting into the detail of DeFi. Notice now trading is not really happening until the third set as far as detail of trading. Why is that? Because trading is involved. Okay, and I'll give you an example of something I encountered. I was very actively marketing a automated trading robot, which will remain nameless for our recording here, but it's a fine company. They have a good product. The problem is that the people that are using it don't necessarily have the skills and the background to understand how to use it or what. It's kind of like in the aviation. If you said to me, if I came to you and I said, hey man, Moses, I want to learn how to fly. And you said, okay, what's your training like, Robert? Have you been to the school? Have you been into the flight simulator? Have you flown a Cessna? I said, no. I want to hop right into the fighter jet. Uh-oh. Is that going to go well? Probably not, right? I don't have the basics in place. This is kind of like that. In other words, automated trading in crypto or Forex, it's involved, and you need to have some reference point about trading and how trading works. You're automating something that if you don't have the reference point, it's kind of like getting into the fighter jet and trying to fly a fighter jet as your first plane. Not a good plan. Let's get the foundation in place first and work our way up to the concepts that are difficult to, even for masters to work with. This does that. This gets somebody into the first three packages here are the basics. This is the intermediate. Notice the trading stuff starts in here. Crypto trading foundations and advanced trading topics. They wait a while to, they'll touch on it, but as far as really getting into, taking a deep dive into it, they're doing that on purpose. Lastly, in the professional level, you have NFTs, play to earn, full course. I had no idea, by the way, how big this is, play to earn games. It's huge. My son is into this, and he's playing some of the games that ultimately will be rolled out with DefinityFi. In other words, where you can play and you earn money to play the games. The final package is coming as far as the definition of it. Right now, there are not many people that are at in this particular community, but you will see this defined here shortly. Now, here's a couple of so what do we sell? We sell packages that are education to help people get up to speed. You can get a lot of benefit as a customer of these things. You can get a lot of benefit when you plug into this education and learning how to create passive income. You can also make money marketing this education, okay? But before I get into that, here's an example of third-party tools that the education will help you embrace. We have a crypto bot. We also have a Forex bot, a Forex EA, expert advisor's fancy name for a bot. Okay, and it runs, I've got it running, I've had it running since last year. It's terrific. I'm really fond of this right now because it's nice to have that diversification of being in Forex and earning money there while the crypto market is a little sickly right now, admittedly. It's nice to have some diversification. Digital assets don't have to all be in crypto. So it's something that's very powerful. Now, I'm going to shift gears and I want to get into the business part of this. This is the way every dollar is sliced up that comes into the company. 60% goes to the team that is built. 15% goes to the direct, meaning you sign somebody up, you either get 10 or 15%. On your fourth one, by your fourth one and on, you get 15%. On your first three, you get 10. But 15% is paid out to someone every time, to one or two people, okay? 10% goes to tokens. You can use the tokens to buy things like this. These are third-party products. So, and that's a very important thing because that keeps our regulatory compliance straight. And this is one of the most difficult markets to have regulatory compliance in, the USA. If a company is compliant here, chances are good it's compliant in most areas of the world because it's a very tough regulatory environment here. Most companies are not compliant, okay? And they get into trouble ultimately with the US regulators, and they don't play. Last but not least, in addition to the tokens, you have a 15% profit share program. This pays for the overhead of the company, which is very low with a smart contract company. But there's web hosting, there's now and then programming that needs to be done to fine-tune the smart contract and so forth. That comes off the top. Whatever is left is then sliced up and paid in these different bonuses that are here, the speed bonus, cycle bonus, top performers, and leadership bonus. I won't get into this because this is kind of very high level in the comp plan. If you have a background in smart contracts and matrices and you want to explore this, we have a fellow on the call with us, Clint Clark, who keeps threatening to if you're listening, Clint, this is me busting your chops, keeps threatening to do a deep dive video on the high end part of the advanced part of the comp plan. We'll see. But no, I kid. He's very good at that. He's going to be doing that. And it goes into these more sophisticated parts of the comp plan for the builders that are experienced in smart contracts and matrices. Now, somebody, when they come in, they're either a customer, an affiliate, or a member. What's the difference? A customer is, as it sounds, they want the product and that's it. The affiliate says, I want to be an affiliate. What I encourage somebody to do is be a member. That means you're both. It doesn't cost any more to be a member. Even if you're a customer that says, I don't know if I want to do the business part, be a member. And the reason is, it doesn't cost more. And if you ever change your mind, you don't have to do an extra step. Now, here's the basics of the comp plan, because that's the important part in this kind of a explanation or this kind of presentation. Go get 5 people. Why would you go get 5 people? Because it qualifies you throughout the whole plan. I'll show you what that means here in just a second. First 3, you're going to receive 10%. In whatever matrix they're in that you're in, you receive 10%. On their 4th and 5th one and on, you get 15%. Okay? Now, second step is go get a 6th one. Fred over here means that you just got your money back. They didn't enroll anybody yet. See, Alex Igabor is already breaking the rules here. He's got people coming aboard. In some cases, he doesn't know who they are. This is called a really good sign. I hope he keeps breaking the rules just like that, because here's what happens. Alex is going to make the money on the people that he enrolls front line, his directs, but look at this 5% he's making on indirects. So Moses enrolls Adolfo. Moses is going to make 10% if Adolfo is one of his first 3. Alex is going to make 5%. Yours truly is going to make 5%. See, I love Adolfo more than he knows already. That's the way it works. And it's very powerful. So let's say you're right here, okay? And you've got Frank here who you've enrolled. You now receive 15% because he's your 4th person involved. And then he goes out and he enrolls 3. He gets 10% on those 3. You get the difference of 5% on this part, and you get 5% in the matrix. You're actually making 10% on all of those people that the first 3 that, in this example, Frank enrolls. And also, if Frank enrolls a couple of people, like in this example, and let's say this guy here, let's say this guy's name is Sam, Frank is going to make 5%, Frank is going to make 10% because he's in his first 3. You're going to make 5%, and any of the people that they enroll, until you get somebody in that line that has 3 people, it could be, in this example, 3 people, it could be 30 people. And you're going to make 5% on all of those. That's the mechanics of the way this works. Here's the central point. You make 5% on a whole lot of people. If you've enrolled 5, will it look like this? No, it won't. This is in a perfect world, 3 who get 3, who get 3, who get 3, who get 3. Theoretically, you'd have 531,000 people. I mean, let that sink in. This is giant. Here's the cumulative total. 3 who get 3 is 9. Add that to 3, you get 12. And in other words, cumulatively, you'd have almost 800,000 people in this model. It will never, ever, ever work like this, guys. I don't want to paint that picture. I do want to show you an example, though, that's pretty fun. Here is a perfect world example where everybody does that. $30 matrix, you're going to make $545, okay? Let's say, and you want to see what 7 looks like. 7 means same thing. You'd make $4,900. This is on the $30 matrix. Keep in mind, we've got 12 of these matrices, okay? And each of the matrices has 12 generations. We're just down to level 7, generation 7. Now, what if you said, cut it in half? Show me what that looks like. It's still $270. Let's say cut it in a third. Let's see what that looks like. It's still $180. So, you start to see the power of this over a period of time, and how this can grow when you look at this model and you realize whatever you have build here, if you have 5 people yourself in that matrix, you're going to make 5% minimum on all of them. Okay, whatever the number, if you had a 1/10 of this, you'd have, 80,000 people on your team in this example, approximately. That's still a huge amount of money. If I've conveyed nothing else, then I will have been successful. It's a lot of money. Here, if you look at 1/3, notice there's 120 people on your team through 5 levels, okay, total. Here's what you're then eligible to participate in. You're able to participate in the global master community. You'd pay the $30 again to be in here, but if you're up high in here, anybody that is invited to be in here that's eligible to be in here, they're a known quantity. They know what they're doing, or you don't get in here by accident. In other words, you have to have 120 people in 5 levels in your matrix. In each matrix, this applies. So if you do this, you get in here up high, you're going to have the worker bees in the company in your organization. Wow. And these are known quantities. These are not maybes. These are consistent producers, very good at the business. So that's the comp plan, the basics of the comp plan. There's more in the detail we can get into with Clint and others that are masters of that part of the comp plan. Here's the steps. The first step is to go get 5. That's the most important in each matrix. Go get 5 enrollments yourself. You may have somebody that you're in 3 matrices, they're in 3 matrices. Boom, you've got one of your 5 in each one of them. Get your second guy that says, I'm in with 3. You've got 2 guys in that are in each of the first 3 matrices, and so on and so forth. Your second step is to get your 6th person. When you get your 6th person without anybody else doing anything, you've made your money back. You've got recovery of your money. You're at a break even in your business. Step number 3 is to teach your team to do the same thing. Teach them how to get their money back. You do that and you're going to rank advanced like crazy. It's that simple. So here's the key things. Hopefully you've seen education that is geared toward achieving passive income, and that is really our focal point, and that getting your hands on it is convenient. Getting the education delivered is convenient. What to do next? Get the link of the person that invited you here. Register on your web browser or your phone. This is what the link format looks like. Notice there's the code out here with X's. You'd want to have whoever your sponsor is. So Adolfo, if your sponsor is Moses, you'd want to have his number out here. Moses, if you haven't enrolled yet, you'd be enrolling with Alex, as an example, in real life. Get together with your sponsor. If you haven't used a DApp type of wallet before, we'll walk you through that. There's good instructions on the website. There's better instructions when we can take you by the hand, and we will. So if you want to get the first 3 packages, that's $200 plus the smart contract fee and the gas. I'd have you come with $225 in USD value, meaning $225 worth of BNB coin. This will get you in. It will be less than this. They estimate the gas and smart contract fees conservatively, probably be 207 to 212, something like that, depending on the day. The remainder will be in your wallet. So it's necessary to have the right amount to come through the door. Once you're in the store, then the price is less. For all 6 packages, that's $1,100. That's phase 1 and phase 2. I'd like to see you with $1,200. It'll probably be somewhere between $1,125 and $1,130, somewhere in that neighborhood total. So you'll have again additional money left over in your wallet. So to bring this in for a close, this is an important thing, which is the income disclaimer again. I'd encourage you to get a screenshot of this. That concludes our presentation, and now what we'll do is I'll open it up for questions, any questions that you guys may have, and I'll stop the live.